Of Cities Skylines, we're playing park episode. We are going to... I don't like the parking on here. I'm not sure what I'm going to do on this episode. Ooh, what was that? I clicked on a building. That was what it was. I don't like the parking here, so I'm just going to... oops, shift is the one I'm wanting. Oops. There we go. They can park over here. That's fine. The section I don't want parked on is this section. Why? Yes, there we go. So they can park on that area. That I don't mind that. This area looks a little cleaner with no parking on it. Ooh, there's some parking over here that I don't want. Oh, actually moves the cars in there. I like that. That's cool. That is cool. So no parking on that piece of street over there. I don't like these big roads to be fully parked. I want to be able to see where the traffic is. I think that's probably the biggest reason why I don't like it. Well, and I don't like on-street parking as much because it's not the greatest environment for pedestrians and all these kind of things. Over there, those streets are fine for parking, but these main ones are not, and they can't go on there. Okay, so let's pause the simulation just a little bit. I'm quite keen on us getting a little bit more. So the issue we're going to have here, if we do a development over here and we provide some connections, you're going to see people going to start running through here, right? Yeah, to get over that side and get in on this side. So that's what we are going to, I think we are going to start seeing some of that. So obviously having people drive through the airport by itself is not the greatest thing. So I don't know, and I don't know if that's going to be a thing. So I don't mind it as if it starts happening, but that is something that we can work on. Maybe before we actually jump over to this side, should we start to try and fill in this a little? I think we should. Let's have a quick look at our topography. Yeah, so that area, I've always wanted to do that as a park, so maybe that's what we will do. This area will just fill in with some more, and I've lost my residential demand. We'll fill in it with some more offices, just because that is a bit of a requirement that we have at the moment. What I'm going to do is we're going to try and do a semi-decent layout. So, of course, we're going to need something like that. Whether we connect it on that side, I don't quite know yet. Okay, something like this is something we can do. If we run that up until there and we run yet another one down. Don't actually think that's the most appropriate layout, but it is workable. So if we step that in a little bit over here, and I don't want that at all. Come on, click the right button. Put that down on the ground. Okay, so at the very least, what we're going to do is that. Like so. Yeah, I think that's going to be probably about the layout that we're going to do over here. To be honest, we could probably do it tie in on this side, straight in there. No, I don't think so. Rather, we'll see about running something a little bit more like this. I think, yeah, that looks pretty good. So there's some activity of getting onto the one from the other. This is a one-way too, so yes, we're going to need some access from that side. And to be honest, I can do this and tie that in a little. That doesn't work well, so let me redo this one. So if we do that, that's going to be pretty good. That's going to be pretty good. What I can also do is I can remove this so that you can actually have a better layout over there. Perfect. Okay, what we're going to go in here for is we're going to do offices. What is that? Why don't we have stuff there? Have a look at that. It's okay. If we don't have stuff there, it's not a problem, because what I'll do is I'll actually take a bit of a path here. Okay, let's just go back to this and turn off the snapping and get rid of all of that. And what we'll do is we will see about running it. Let's switch on Anarchy. See about running it through there. There we go. So at least you can walk through there, and that'll probably be access to a park very soon. Okay, so now we're starting to fill in these bits and pieces. We've got some residential over here, which I think is okay. This area is still supposed to be a bit more of a CBD area, so let's do that. Let's maintain the CBD feel with offices over here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to this, and I'm going to just take off our this over here, so we get a better one on there. Should we could do some on this little service road piece over here. That service road we're gonna fill up over there. Yeah, that can work. Yeah, I think that's fine. I think the way we've got it done there now is pretty good. So let's see about running something like that. I like keeping the one open over there. We'll do a bit of that. Now we're gonna need a few services over here, and I'm thinking I don't have proper garbage collection over here, so I'm gonna have to do some kind of a recycling facility that we can, probably one of these smaller ones. Switch off the Anarchy so we can get a decent spot for it. Something like that is not bad. Yeah, let's plop that in there. That's pretty good. Now go back to some of the more basics that we're gonna need. So something like that. How is our medical stuff looking like? Do we have appropriate medical access around here? Well, we've got a fairly sizable hospital very close, so maybe, if anything, maybe like a small doctor's office or something. Basic senior citizens, no. A yoga garden. Maybe a yoga garden is the right thing for us. It's a bit techy, a bit medically, a bit, yeah. Something like over there. Good, I like it. I think it's a good use of that. Is that filling in our healthcare piece as a little bit more or not? Yes, no, maybe. I don't know. Let's leave it be for now. If we look at police, yeah, so we've got a police station over here, a big one, but I think we need to supplement that one with something a little smaller. Actually, to be honest, something with, it's got a small patrol car capacity, but it could look pretty good over here. Yeah, absolutely. It'll slot in there quite nicely. Let's do that. Okay, so that's a pretty sizable building right over there. I like it. I like it. It gives us a good, and it makes it feel like a bit of a CBD entrance over there. That looks quite good. So let's do that. Now let's have a quick look at our fire coverage. Again, we've got one over there, so we could do with a little something over here. I wouldn't necessarily say it needs to be the biggest one. Maybe a volunteer fire station, maybe something like this. Fire, well, that's pretty sizable though. I would think something smaller, something like a local fire station. Yeah, a local firehouse over here somewhere on the edge here. We'll grab something like that, squeeze that in there. Perfect. Now let's get back to zoning things a little. So yeah, I've zoned that, I'm zoning this, I'm filling, yeah, this whole thing, fill that up over there. What I was thinking we do is we'll slot in some commercial over there. Probably a little bit of commercial over here. I think that's pretty good. You can see about doing something else, but I think that works well. Shall we slot in some more over here? I think so. Let's do it. Let's do it. And over here, we'll do this. Oh, and we've got the commercial running alongside here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just slot in commercial in that little piece there. We'll see what we do in this one. Yeah, we can do commercial all the way around here, I think. Yeah, so let's fill in these little blocks. We probably need a little bit of a footpath from the one side to the other side. So actually, let's do an Anarchy back on there. Let's do a little bit like this. Okay. Can I just switch this off so I can see? We haven't actually connected it on there. Let's take that out. We'll bring it back. Something like that. So there's a connection there. Where are we taking this connection though? Straight down? Straight up here? Yeah, let's do it. Straight up there, so there's a bit of connection through there. So there is some connections. A connection over here could be sensible if we can connect it all the way to the other side. So shall we get the connection up there and then over here? Do that as a connection, and then we run this connection down here to tie those together. How does that work? I think that works quite well. People can actually get from the one side to the other side. I think I like it. Okay, let's see about filling in some more of these things, and then we obviously need a little bit of water. I think the electricity is fine now, but let's run these around here. Perfect. So now you've got some service road access over there. There's a little bit of commercial over here and over there. A lot of this office space coming in. I'm almost tempted to do a little slither of residential right in here, but just a little slither like that. Let's do that. See how that goes. At the same time, I'm also going to pop up that demand a little bit because it's just not working. Okay, yes, water. Grab the water. Here we go. Get the pipes. Show the pipes. We're going to run it through there. I don't have snapping switched on, so that's probably not nearly as straight as it should be. We run it up there. And then we go around here. Okay, we leave that like so. So now there is water in this area. Power should be connected very quickly. You should have water. Yeah, you should have water. Perfect. There we go. We've got some services rushing out straight away. We've got the buildings starting to pop up. That's pretty good. We've got, yeah, this needs to be sorted out at some point. Now, we have some residential on the edge over here. I most definitely want to get rid of these parkings on here. So, by no means are you going to park on these roads over here. By no means are you going to park on this thing. There you go. And I'm also quite tempted to take off the parking from here. No parking, no parking. Park on the inside. But our streets are like such that you can't. But there's parking available. You can just walk across. Yes, absolutely. Good stuff. So our parking is starting to look quite good. We can see about adding a nice big car park somewhere. See how that works for us. But a big parking area, yeah, we'll see. We'll see how we do that. Okay, let's see. What are we going to fill in over here? I'm thinking more offices, to be honest. Office. All of this is offices. This is going to be our big CBD and office cluster. There is already some metro line over here ready for action. Already in operation. We could extend our, what do we have here? We've got some commercial. We could extend our residential or commercial into this little square here, but this side is going to be offices. Okay, and I'm almost tempted. The problem is we'll definitely need to provide, oh, it's fine. We'll provide the pedestrian access from here to that side, yeah? Okay. But since this is not a two-way road, this is only a one-way road, we're going to need additional access. So I'm thinking we're going to have an access somewhere over here. So if we do... So how are we going to do this? I want it to be... So if we do something like that, okay, right? And now we'll just do a bit of a straight line over here. Okay, and what else? That is a funny shape, to say the least. If we turn this one and we do one arrow here, I think that's about as good as we can get it. So let's do this. Let's grab that and let's actually we're gonna have to do something like that, right? So if we do that, and at the same time we do maybe something like so, is that going to be our shape there? I think that's fine. It's oh, of course we can connect onto the other side though. So maybe that's what we do. We just run one of these over here and we connect it to the other side here. There we go. So now at least there's some activity and connection from the one side to the other side without it being very, very direct. And now we can actually fill this area in too. Let's get our water connections to run through here. Let's see about that. It's pretty good already. In terms of water connectivity, we'll connect it up like so. There we go. So water connections are in. That's a lot of parking in the wrong spots, I believe. We'll sort that out. Okay, and now what I'm wondering about is if we... So definitely let's fill in some office space over here. Do some nice full ones there. Do some office space over here. Bit of a slither there. We'll see about those. The nice big ones we do want to fill in with office space. The rest we could actually do a little bit more mixed use type thing. So those ones I'm tempted on. Let's leave a little bit of a gap there. Something like that. Something like this. We'll see about some commercial in this area too. So there's some, I think that's going to be the office layout. The question I have is whether we actually put the offices on this side too. And I am tempted to do so. Some big, a couple of them. Yeah, so something like that, right? We're going to have 3 or 4 or 5 big buildings over here on this road. Like so. Okay, now grab the commercial and we'll do a lot of little shops in here. Like so. Like that, like that, like there. We'll do it on this road, in the corner there. I'm not keen on filling up that section there, so let's do some here and there and there. We'll do some of that. And there we go. So that's going to be how we're filling that up. And now we've run out of water yet again. So I'm almost tempted to see how we add some more water facilities somewhere. Should I fill in this area next to the train station? Yeah, I think that's what we're going to do. Let's grab this road, okay? And I'm tempted to tie it in there, right? No. Want this grounded, please. So if we do that, yeah, that looks pretty good. Then what we could do is now I can grab some of these service road things, right? So let's just do some of these service roads like so. One like that, one like that. And now we see how we can best tie in some water facilities this way. So what is this? This is like a tank reservoir. Okay, some of these facilities. So what does this actually give us? Gives us 80,000 cubic meters per week. This one gives us operating rate. It's just a storage. It's really just a storage. Okay, that's interesting. Let's do that. Let's slot it in there. Okay, as a bit of a storage facility over there for the water. Okay, and now what other pieces do we have? This is a freshwater outlet. This is a pumping service, again with storage capacity and vehicle capacity. So what is the pumping service? Is a fleet of vacuum trucks. Okay, that's not what I'm wanting. That's not at all what I'm after. Okay, let's see what other facilities. So we really only have some of these water treatment plants. So let's see if if we slot one in there, can we slot in 2? We can slot them in like this, right? So they're kind of almost overlapping, but that's not quite what I'm after, is it? Let's do something like that. So let's is that okay? It looks funny, guys. It looks funny. Let's get rid of that. So hoping we can make a little bit more use of this stuff. I don't have... There's a lot of kind of things that I don't have here. We could squeeze in one more of these. Yeah, let's do that. Squeeze in one of those. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a few of these in there. Something like that. We'll similarly do... Oh, its production is pretty high, these ones. Okay, so that should give us a pretty nice connection. Let's just see where is our piping. So now we connect all of these things, and that's our big water facility. Where does this thing link in? On the edge there? Okay, how about that? There we go. So now we'll have tons of water being produced at this water facility over here. So our water capacity should be very good now. Sewage treatment and water availability is top notch. So that should sort that out. This should actually start filling in now. What I'm going to do is I'm going to keep filling this area with some commercial areas like that. Okay, we'll run that in through there along all of this so that there's stuff happening. What I'm gonna do though is I'm gonna want to place some of these facilities from the one to the other. I mean, some of these road little pathways. Does it have to be actually, let's just do it over here. Let's do it there. That is about as good as we're going to do it there. This side we've covered. Probably needs some connections from this side to that side. So let's grab it one more time over here. And actually, let's run it up there. Something like so, huh? A little bit of an interesting pathway. Are we going to... We can connect them underneath here, to be honest. I think that's going to be a very good and efficient use of that. People can easily walk underneath there. Perfect. So now that's a bit of a connection from the one area to the other one so that people can actually walk there. Good. Filling it in there. Nice little shops and things. This side over here is going to be a little complex to do. So what we'll have to do is we'll have to make sure that we link from the one side to the other. So if we grab that one, close this down, we'll have to do this and make sure we put snapping on again so we can get our grids. So we're going to have to do this. Oh, that's not too bad. We'll start off something like that. Like so. We'll run a little something from the one side to the other side. It's actually going to put us give us a little bit of a cover there. I'm quite tempted to maybe do something like this. Tie that in there. Yeah, how's that? So that fills it in a little bit, and it's a little bit convoluted, that area, but we can fill that in quite nicely now. So let's continue to fill in some of this. We'll also do the other side. Like so. I'm not sure I'm going to fill in on that one, and maybe let's squeeze out one more over there and even one more. Like, actually, let's just take out that one so that we could still do a little something next to the road over here. And now let's fill in some more of this, but I'm also quite tempted for us to make sure that we keep filling in the required service vehicles. So something like this, for instance, over here is what I like. Right on the edge there. Give us some service facility over here. Now let's make sure we grab some of the other pieces that we need. Is there a larger... I'm sure I have a pretty large crematorium thing. What is this? This is the body collection. Functions as a cemetery, collects the dead. Also has a small gravestone workshop Gravediggers Post. Capacity 9,000 patients. My goodness. Let's add it over there. Let's see how that works for us. Okay, now let's see any other pieces that we need a little bit of help on. Let's switch this on. So that area is not well served. That area is not well served either. So really, yeah, all of these are one-way pieces. So that either way, so this one is getting a little bit of action over here. So we need a little something big probably on this side over here. So that's fine. I think we're okay. There is a fire station pretty close to this. Let's quickly do some piping over here. I think that should do the trick. There we go. So some facilities. Is there other facilities we need? A bit of police maybe? I think our police is actually pretty well done in this area. So I don't think we need a lot of that. So those facilities there are okay. So let's just fill it in with some more commercial. Shall we do a bit more commercial? A little bit of high density commercial though. Yeah, let's do that. Do some high density commercial. I'm going to take out these two strips there. Just on that piece of road there. We'll add in there. We'll add a piece there. We'll add a piece there. And do that. Let's see about how that works. So put some commercial infill over there. Nice. So that is getting, so that gives you access from a few spots. And if you want to get in there, you can actually go straight through there. So that'll work. I think that'll work as a concept. Now, the question being, shall we add some more residential spots? That's what I'm wondering about over here. If we need to add a little bit more residential. And I'm thinking about what happens on this side over here. What I'm tempted to just grab some of this. Let's grab the nice ones. And let's just switch off the snapping. So we'll do that connection through there. We'll do this connection through here. And the question is, do we... Nah, I'm not going to do an extra pedestrian crossing. We've got a crossing right over there and right over here. So I'm not going to do an extra one. It's just to get you onto this road. So then I believe what we'll do is we will actually do some development on this road over here. So I'm going to grab... Got a lot of commercial here. I'm gonna go back to this. So we're gonna do some of that and some of this. Whoops, that's not what I want. Like so. So we'll put you, and I'm not gonna do that one there. There we go. So not on that road, like so. There we go. We'll fill that in, and then on the back here, I'm going to fill in some more of this residential. There we go. See how that works. Filling in nicely this CBD. Our next step is for us to do this park. And I believe what I'll do is I will do that in the next episode. So there's a lot of little pieces that still needs to get some infill. I really need to get rid of some of this parking over here. So let's get rid of it. I don't want any of this parking on this road here. Make use of the other parking facilities. If we have, we'll do something for parking. Let's just get rid of all of that and all of this and all of this and all of this. These main roads should not be parked upon. There we go. Excellent. But I'm not liking all of these open spaces. So I think what we should do is we should actually start filling in some use all the way to the edges of that, just so that or alternatively what we could do is we could actually do some nice greenery and greenscape and things like that. That's probably better. And then in the future, when we do need some of this space for some community facilities or utilities or something, we actually have that available. Let's quickly sort out the water over here. What's going on? So this piece is without water. Okay, so let's run some water in through there and through there. Okay, so now you'll have some water here. We didn't actually zone this. Let's have a quick look. Yeah, we didn't zone this. So let's make sure to add a little bit more of the commercial, not commercial, residential stuff in here. This section here is going to be a little bit more residential. Like so, all of that. I think I'm pretty well covered with all of the services in there. So that's pretty good. One thing that is not actually being connected here, or not being collected here, is the garbage. So that is a bit of an issue right there. But yeah, it's filling in nicely. Our population is growing, 75k at the moment. It's looking pretty good. I believe our metro station here is doing okay. What we should probably do is see about running it over here. So let's grab that. Go to the metro piece, grab one of these. So yes, I think a metro station over here actually is a good idea. So we can provide more accessibility on this side. And then I'm thinking this spot right over here is also pretty good. Excellent, because these areas are actually quite well connected. So let's link these up. Okay. Ooh, get our snapping sorted out. Something like that. And then something like that. Is that pretty decent? I think so. I think that's pretty decent. Okay, now let's just make sure to link these up. So I'll drag that one all the way to the end here. And we'll make sure to connect these up. Connect them up on this side too. There we go. So that as a metro facility is going to be pretty good. Hopefully we'll see some upgrades occurring here. The spacing I think the spacing works pretty well. Now what I'm thinking is we can probably do, maybe if we could do a double metro station over here that now runs us this way through here. That would be pretty good. Yeah, I think that'll work. That'll work quite well if we just run a straight line through there, and then we probably run another straight line through there, and then we see about how we connect some of these through here. But there are a few facilities that we're using over here. Okay guys, I think that's going to be the end of the episode. I probably need to put an extra train on that metro facility, but yeah, that's the or that metro service. That's going to be the end of the episode, and in the next episode I believe we'll actually now get to doing this park, so we fill in our areas quite nicely. I'm liking the CBD that we're developing. It's nice and dense. We're also seeing the tall big buildings starting to pop in quite nicely, and we don't really have problems with traffic, to be honest. Even some of these that could be a little bit problematic is not being problematic. Our biggest problem seems to be garbage collection, so we'll have to have a look into that. Maybe some more big garbage facilities over here in this area before we fill in over here and finalize this area. Okay, thank you so much for watching. If you've liked it, hit the button and subscribe so you don't miss the next one. Bye bye.